How you build how would you build a solid career in tech? I'm going to answer for software engineering. Although there are obviously other kind of jobs in tech as well, for example like recruiting, sales, attitude. This question can be divided into two parts: how to land your first job and first software engineering job, and how to advance your career from that point onward. There is an extensive amount of advice on Quora on how to break into software engineering for people with various backgrounds, and I don't think I need to repeat it here. The easiest way is obviously to study computer science in the university, and there are other ways as well. Doing research in applied quantitative field, which almost invariably mean learning to code nowadays, and then applying to job after that, or enrolling in a boot camp. I think it's important to remember that once you've broken into the industry, you still have many years ahead of you to grow. And by all means, try your best to get a good job right off the bat. But if your first job feels like being a web dev code monkey or it only pay $35 an hour, don't despair. The rest at which you build your skin from this point onward matters a lot more than where you start out. We live in the most competitive time period in history, and things are only going to get more competitive from this point onward. I think the modern economy is a bit like the Red Queen situation in the evolutionary theory. You got to keep adapting and growing your skin just to stay where you are. Many young people have chosen to study computer science over the last decade, dramatically expanding the supply of junior dev candidates. This means that the junior dev should not expect to continue being a position of power over employer trying to hire junior dev. It's a hypothetical situation that you get laid off a few years from now, or you have to move for family reason or something like that. You don't want to end up in the position where you only qualify for junior role and it's now harder to get one than it was the first time you apply. The bottom line is, if you are junior rep today, you should make your goal to become something more than just junior rep. Concretely, this means become efficient and knowledgeable in the task that you're being assigned right now. This means developing a good workflow, making an effort to learn about software projects that you are contributing to, understanding your programming language and the library you're using, and things like that. When the tasks start feeling easy, try to get the manager or tech lead to assign you more ambitious, complex tasks so that you can build your software architecture skill. If you realize that there is no room for growth on your current team, then try to switch team as soon as possible. If there is no room for growth at your company, then try to find new workplace as soon as possible. In your first few years, you should be aggressively optimizing for growth, not for compensation. Find a company where you can grow. Stick to it for 3 to 4 years. Don't just try to switch up every 1 or 2 years to maximize your total compensation. You will end up not learning as much that way, and it will hurt you later. Consider that there are two principal avenues of growth. One is try to become more senior developer in the sense of being able to take more ownership of more complex projects, make more architectural decisions, direct people more junior than yourself. This is a path Jessica Su is heading down. Another is to try to become domain expert. For example, I am something of domain expert in CPP library, and Griffith Christopher Kangis is domain expert in DNA sequence alignment algorithm. Choose one about if that is what you are into. Either choice being becoming a more senior engineer or becoming a domain expert will require you to be a lifelong learner and do more than just the minimum required of your current position. For me, this involves studying a breadth of which with the latest development in the evolution of CPP language, such as by reading and commenting on feature proposals. One of my colleagues attended conference on CPU architecture to learn about things that are relevant to writing simple high-performance code, such as Intel transaction synchronization extension. Always stay focused on seizing opportunity to keep growing. For me, after a few years as a senior dev at Google, I knew I need to move to role where I can learn from more experienced CPP library developer and take on more challenging tasks related to my area of expertise. So what I did, if you are going down to the senior dev route, then you need to make sure your contribution are recognized, that you actually get promoted and receive additional responsibility. You also need to start proposing your own idea for the projects that you and the team should work on. I'm examining a PhD thesis right now. So